Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Music Box with myself, Megan Vincetta. And today I've got the absolute piano powerhouse, Helen Maw.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, very good, very good.
So you've just performed 3 amazing songs for us in the live lounge. How was it for you?
It was really good, definitely a new experience. I've not done anything like that before, so it was good. I really enjoyed it.
It's quite intimate, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's only a couple of us in the room, but honestly, like, your voice was just like, so powerful yet so soft.
Thank you, very good.
So how long have you been in music for?
Since I was little, probably sounds quite cliche that, but just started when I was in school on like instruments. So started on the clarinet. Actually,
Wow.
yeah.
So random.
Yeah, so it was more of like an instrumental musician first. I went on to like saxophone and stuff like that. And obviously now singer-songwriter and piano and stuff. So yeah.
Amazing. So when you were playing the saxophone, like, did you get Lisa Simpson vibes?
Yeah. I always got called Lisa Simpson for my sax, and then Squidward off SpongeBob for the clarinet.
Oh.
Which I didn't really care for that one.
And you're just going around like collecting cartoons, becoming
Yeah,
each one, aren't you?
yeah.
What's next? Which cartoon plays the piano? There really isn't one, is there? We'll have to make a cartoon specific. Yeah, we'll have to find one that does that. So, how was it then? Because are you used to performing on just live gigs by yourself?
Yeah. I do quite a lot of gigging, or I did before, obviously, COVID.
Before lockdown.
Yeah, lockdown, yeah. So yeah, I'm quite comfortable performing by myself. I do love, like, when you get like a full band set, but I'm quite self-sufficient in that way. I just like having my own little space and just doing it on my own.
And you can literally just pull out any instruments and just be like, 1 second now, it's time for the saxophone. Which instrument do you prefer playing the most?
Probably piano, I think, because I do most of my songwriting on that, so it's the instrument I feel most at home on.
Yeah.
But I love them all, in all like different types of settings and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So talented to be able to play all of those different instruments. So, how did you start recording? What triggered you to just to be like, I'm not going to play the clarinet anymore. I'm not going to focus on the sax. I'm going to focus on singer-songwriting.
It's probably when I started uni. I'd done a music degree and then done a music masters a couple of years ago at Hope Uni. And it was in like my first year, and I was taking like a songwriting module. And I'd always wrote like little bits, but never really tried to write a full song. And then I just sat down one night and just wrote like my first song, and then that was it. Then I just got like the taste for it.
Addicted.
I just wanted to keep like writing and recording, and I've got like a little mini recorder at home and stuff, so I just do like little demos there, and then
amazing.
I've gone on to like recording in studios and stuff, which is great.
So what inspires your songwriting? Because it seems very personal when you're singing.
Yeah, it's probably just everyday life, really, because I think a lot of people think my songs are about like relationships and stuff, because they are quite romantic in like the themes, but they're not necessarily about that. It's just about the people that you meet and how they treat you and stuff like that. Like, I'm quite a sensitive person, I think, so I write about how people make me feel or how situations have made me feel, and then sometimes they come out as like a love song, but
but it could be like, I'm fuming that the toaster didn't pop for me on time this morning.
Yeah. Take everything very personally.
Yeah. So do you find it therapeutic to write?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because I think sometimes if you can't say what you feel, it's good to write it down, as long as you get it out in some way.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time it's through like music for me and me songs and stuff.
How do you feel like you've evolved as an artist? Because I know you said that you've used music to really elevate your confidence.
Yeah, definitely. Again, I've always been shy as well, so it's just, I'm probably the worst person to be a performer, because before I do anything, I'm like shaking and I'm really nervous, and then once I've done it, I love it. But I think it's a really good confidence builder, like performing, because you, especially with like a live audience, you get that reaction from them, and the interaction as well, which I love, and it gives you a buzz when you come off and you're like, oh, I enjoyed that. And especially when you're doing like your own music and people go, oh, I really like that, can I buy that, or can I stream that and stuff, and that's just like the best. Have
you ever had anybody, though, because you're a sensitive person, because I take things so personally as well, has anybody ever give you any negative feedback and you've been a bit like, But
yeah, definitely, yeah. I think like the first couple of gigs that I did, but like my piano, I'd just be sitting there like quite hunched up and stuff, and you know, a few people were like, yeah, you know, you were good, but you know, I'm not really believing what you're singing and stuff like that. And at first, I'd, you know, be like devastated.
yeah.
But now, you know, if anyone says I wasn't too keen on that, I just go, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Also, as well, sometimes that type of criticism can really like give you the edge that you need.
Yeah,
because you definitely weren't performing like this before. You was performing like an open book.
Yeah, no, definitely. It does. I think it just drive something within you and just think, well, I'll just prove you wrong next time I do something then. And you know, you just, I think the best thing to do is just use it to fuel your next performance.
Yeah. And also as well, sometimes when you get those like negative responses or something, it does give you like that extra passion to put into your songs. Because like I know people who sing and songwrite, they draw on their inner emotions, but sometimes you can't keep going to that place that made you write the song. So you need to find other things. If you do, you tend to use that as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I think if you kept using the same sort of feelings or experiences to write your music, you're never going to develop. You know, it's like, to use like Adele for example, like obviously when she got married, she was like, you know, I don't really want to write another album about being dumb because I'm happy now. And, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you know, you just change your direction in that, and you know, you could write your best song ever. By doing something else.
By being brave and making like new decisions, because putting your feet into the unknown is quite scary, and it might go well, it might not. But I feel sorry for Adele because everybody's like waiting for it to break up, and she's just broke up. So everyone's like, yes, amazing album on its way. But I said to you before in the live lounge that you actually gave me Adele vibes because you've got such a powerful voice. It's still so soft. So is that something that you've worked on, or is that just natural?
I think a bit of both. Because I've always sort of been able to, like, you know, belt a song out, but I did have some like singing lessons and stuff to try and work on like both sides of the voice, so like, you know, the more gentle sounds and stuff, because I think as well when you sing, you need to, you know, you're putting your heart and soul into it. So if it's a sad song, you can't be screaming all the notes out. You've got to have that gentle side as well. So it's always something that I'm conscious of and that I'm working on. And stuff.
I don't know, because the sad songs, when I'm in the car, you know, everyone does this. They pretend they're in a music video. You're in the car, it's raining, it's dramatic, and then you just, I just scream the songs. I was like,
I do the exact same when I'm driving. I feel sorry for people who pull up next to me at traffic lights, as I'm like, I'm giving it like
same. I don't even stop now. I'm just like, I'm probably never going to see that person again. So enjoy the performance. So what have you been up to during lockdown? Because I know you've been doing a few digital gigs.
Yes, I have, so I done my first ever live stream a couple of weeks into lockdown, and that was on like a Facebook group I was in. It's got like over 1 million members.
Wow.
So they were having like weekly festivals, so just sent a message out because I knew they were getting like inundated, and they asked me to do it, so that was really good.
That's fantastic.
So it was like a half-hour set, and that was like the first sort of gig I'd done since, you know, obviously lockdown and stuff. So it was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and then again I got like a bit of a feel for it then, so I've done like a couple more, and then I put some on myself with my friend. So we done like we run like the Epstein Lounge sessions. So that was like a little live stream we done for a couple of weeks, so that was really good. And it was just obviously everything's changing with COVID and stuff, so it was a good way of still interacting with audiences and seeing what they liked and what they didn't like. And we had like acts from all over the country doing it, and you know, I was doing sets. It was still keeping me, you know, going with like performing and practicing, so it's been really good. It's
amazing. Actually, a good part of lockdown is actually being that it doesn't matter anywhere in the world where people are, but I feel like people have become more connected.
Yeah, definitely.
Because obviously, you know, you're singing with people from all over the world online, and then you're gaining a new audience as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you check your analytics on all your Spotify things, that does it say where people are coming from? Is it random places?
It's so weird, because the EP that I brought out, I sort of mentioned that in a few of my live streams. It was around that time, and then I checked it like a week later, and it was like Australia, Budapest, China, like literally all over the world, all people listening. I was like,
Helen Maw going global, honey. I love that. Love that.
It's just so weird, but I love that the way you can do that on the Spotify app, that you can see who's listening and where. Like, it's fab.
Good. So what's next? What type of concerts or gigs have you got planned?
I haven't got anything planned just yet, gig wise. 'Cause I'm still trying to figure out how it's gonna all open back up. But still like writing and stuff, and I'd like to do a few more live streams, I think.
Well, you did just recently launch a single.
I did, yes.
On the 8th of August. Yeah. So what have you been doing to promote that?
Yeah, so I've because normally I do like a single launch, so it's been quite tough not being able to get everyone around to hear it and stuff. So I've just really been pushing it on like social media and doing like little posts about it, like writing, like handwriting me lyrics.
Yeah.
So just trying to make it a bit, to stand out to people. And I've got like a couple of reviews done of it. It's been on the radio and stuff. So
amazing.
Great, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what's been your favourite gig so far? Obviously, apart from today.
Yeah. I played at the Cavern a couple of years ago.
Oh wow.
And that's always been like a dream of mine because I'm a massive Beatles fan, as every Scouser should be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like one off the bucket list. That was really, really good. Yeah, I think that's probably my favourite one. So
I feel like the Cavern Club is like a local like milestone, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you perform there, you're like, okay, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
So where's your ultimate dream to perform?
To be honest, I'd really love to perform the Philharmonic.
Really?
Yeah, because I just think it's a lovely venue.
I love that.
I've been like, we go a lot, to see all different acts and stuff, and there's just something about it, and I just love to like have that whole stage to myself.
It's so I've performed at the Philharmonic once before, like with a teen school play
I've
thing.
done it in school.
And honestly, I was so overwhelmed. I was just like, how do these artists do it? There's so many seats. I just went to bits. Didn't do very well.
It is dead overwhelming. Like when you're on that stage and you're looking out, because obviously when you're in the audience, you don't realise how big it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's just such a lovely venue.
I'm very confident that you'll definitely perform in there soon. So at the moment, are you working on any new music?
Yeah, I'm actually writing an album at the moment. That's my next step for like music wise. So I think I've pretty much got an album's worth of songs, but obviously it's
picking your favourites.
Yeah, it's that process.
It's like trying to choose a favourite child, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm just going through that process at the minute of seeing if they all work together, because they might all be great or not so great individually, but it's whether they'll gel.
Yeah,
like an
and to make a story for yourself.
Yeah.
So let's go on to talk a little bit about your songs that you've just performed then. So the first song, Your Little Secret.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just getting total vibes that I want to just kick off whoever you've been dating. So tell us the backstory of that.
Again, it's actually not like it's not meant to be like a romantic thing. It's more based on
man, you got me all psyched up for nothing. You got me psyched up for nothing.
No, it's sort of based on like a personal experience I had with someone. Obviously I'm not gonna name them. Sort of like a former like friend of mine. So it's basically about when someone that you're friends with, or that you're in love with, sort of when you're with them alone, they're really sort of passionate about you, or they're really like into what you're saying, but then when you're with other people it changes, so you sort of like become their like little secret.
Yeah.
So it's basically saying like, I'm worth more than that.
Yeah.
I don't, whether it is a friend or your partner or something, like however they act with you, when it's just you, they should be showing you off.
Consistency, honey.
Yeah.
That's you know what, that is so true. And even when it comes to friendships, like they're not worth having in your life, are they? So I hope that anybody who listens to this song and knows this about friends is just like, you know what, I'm gonna Edward Scissorhands them out of my life.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next song you sang is This Lonely Boy.
Yeah.
So is this about a boy or is this about something else?
Yeah, sort of. Again, probably sounds a bit daft, but I try to, even though I draw on personal experiences, I try to keep like the meanings quite generic. So because my main aim is that I want people to listen to it and they can go, oh, that makes me think of this. And I just want people to like connect with it. So again, that's about someone who sort of, they're not as confident as he should be, and it's when you're looking at someone and you're thinking, oh, you're amazing,
Yeah.
why don't you know that you're amazing? And
oh, I hate that. And don't you think as well, like, I wish that there was somebody needs to invent some sunglasses where you can put them on and see things from people's perspectives, because I always think, like, even when you're giving your friends advice and you're just like, if you could see yourself through my eyes and see how amazing you are, you know, that would be, you wouldn't feel so bad about yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Because I think everyone has that, where, you know, they're a bit self-conscious and stuff. So you know, but obviously, if you felt like that, you know, if you see someone else being like that, you should pick them up, and you know, just how you'd want people to help you.
Yeah,
if you're in that situation.
Such a lovely meaning behind the song. I really loved it, and I loved it because it was so powerful as well. It was absolutely powerful. Just when you started belting it out, I was like, oh, shivers.
I always get carried away in the chorus, so that one it ends up like really
just getting. But it's nice to see you getting lost in the music, because there could be one person or a million people in the room, and you're just in your bubble, and you're just like putting out the vibe. So I love it. So the final song, which is your new single, Playing with Fire. So tell me everything about that, because that was a jam.
Yeah, so I wrote that it's a couple of years ago now. I wrote that, but over time I've reworked it, and so I think as with music, it's like an ever changing thing. So, but again, that's just about knowing your own worth and not letting anyone, whether it's like a man or, you know, whoever, a friend, family, anyone that tries to like put you down, it's just saying no, like, you know, you're playing with fire here. Don't mess with me, basically. That's basically the meaning.
The gist that I got from it especially is like, you're going through turmoil, and it's like, it's bothering you that you have to like put this person in the place kind of thing. And then you're just like, no.
No, that's it. Like, once it gets like that middle eight, that's where like I feel like I'm going, right, I'm not saying this anymore. Just stop.
I'm done.
Basically.
I love that. Do you have a favourite song of your own? To perform?
I think Playing with Fire is, I know obviously it's my most recent one, but I think it's probably the most personal one I've written, I think. And
oh, really?
Every time I perform it, I always feel like quite emotional and stuff, so I don't know what it is about it, but it just has that effect on me. It's
resonating with your soul.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part about being an artist. Like, every time you're putting something out, like, you're baring your soul, basically, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you have to relive the memories every time you sing it. So what's next on the cards for you then? Oh, I know you're working on some new music, and you're going to start promoting your new single, which is your new single is Playing with Fire, which you just released on the 8th of August. So well done for that.
Thank you,
You've been getting good feedback?
Yeah, I've had some really great reviews and stuff, and obviously it's been on the radio a couple of times, but I really want to start pushing my songs now. And again, it's that self-confidence thing. It's just taking that leap to just go, no, I want people to hear it, and whether it's bad or good, the reaction, I've got to get it out to people. So that like, because I had like so many plans for 2020, obviously they've all gone down the drain, so I'm thinking like the rest of the year and like 2021, that's when I want to, you know, obviously finish my album, record it, release it, and just keep pushing me songs and stuff.
Amazing. Well, I'm sure you'll be hitting that Philharmonic stage with your new album
I hope so.
soon enough, so stay in there, you'll get there. So thank you so much for coming onto the show. If you just want to share your socials in case people want to find you so they can listen to more of your music.
So I am on Spotify, iTunes, all of the streaming platforms under Helen Maw, and that's spelled M-A-W, it's a funny spelling. And I'm also on Facebook and Instagram as Helen Maw Music.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure. Loved listening to you belt out your own song. So thank you. And I'll see you when you've done your album.
Fab, I look forward to
it. Thank you so much for tuning into the Music Box today with me, Megan Vincetta, and Helen Maw.
Thank you.